Hi, this is Aimee Gromowski. I am Aimee the attorney. I'm licensed in Missouri and Kansas, and I am here to talk about how to choose a trustee or a personal representative, basically the person that you want to be in charge after you pass away. And first, I'm going to do a little legalese. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. And certainly, this YouTube channel could be considered an advertising for me. So, all right, let's talk about how to choose a trustee or personal representative. Here are some traits you want to consider: trustworthiness, organizational skills, financial acumen, availability, family dynamics, professional expertise, and age and health. And so I thought we would go through these 7 traits and discuss them a little further. A quote from Brian Tracy, one of my favorite self-improvement people: "The glue that holds all relationships together is trust, and trust is based on integrity." So trustworthiness: who is the person that you trust to be able to take care of your stuff? And this is people maybe that you have had a relationship with. Obviously, your spouse is generally the one that's going to do it if you're married, or your partner if you're in a relationship. But it may not be that person. It may be somebody else. But it is somebody that you trust and have had previous dealings with that have built up that trust. So it's not necessarily someone out of the blue, although we'll talk in a little bit about professional trustees. Organizational skills. Here's a good one. In the end, whether you have a trust or whether you have a will, there is going to be some accounting to be done. So you want somebody that is able to organize that. And when I say accounting, it's basic accounting. It's not anything to be scared of. But you will want somebody that can organize a spreadsheet and can also organize papers, and whether those papers are digital or whether they're actual papers, we need somebody that can organize those things, both of those things together. So it could be online work. You want somebody that would, has a trustworthy and reliable internet communication, but also somebody that can gather things on the internet, gather things in person, and be able to give them and organize them. So you think about somebody that has pretty well-developed organizational skills. You want somebody with financial acumen, and this doesn't mean anybody that's picking stocks for you or deciding how you should retire, but it is somebody that has dealings with banks, with brokerages, with mortgage companies. You think of somebody that has had dealings with those people in the past and those organizations and those type of bills in the past. Availability. Now here is something to think about. You may, you're thinking about the first 3 things that I've said, and you're like, I've got a perfect person, but she lives in Massachusetts. Well, okay, so if all of your stuff is here, meaning Missouri or Kansas, and your person is in Massachusetts, is that going to be the easiest thing to do? It's not impossible, for sure, especially with the age of digital banking and digital online. We can scan things, all these things. But having somebody out of town, out of state, so far away, might make it difficult to do some of these things, which might require an in-person visit to a bank or a brokerage account. Not always, and you can always find somebody that can help you in town. But I would definitely think about whether or not that person would have to travel in order to do this trustee or personal representative business. Family dynamics. Okay, this is a good one. I am the youngest of 4. It is a girl, boy, and then 2 girls. And when my mom initially had her documents set up, my brother was in charge of was her personal representative. And now, since I started doing this work, she has changed that to me. So, but no big deal for my brother. He's happy to hand off the duties, but you do kind of want to think about who the person in charge is, and can they navigate all these relationships that might be part of it after you pass, because of course your family will be grieving and be doing, the things that go along with death in our culture. Is the trustee or the personal representative going to be able to navigate through that, and also navigate through the family dynamics of the grieving people? And so that is something to consider, whether you want to have somebody that might be considered controversial as the person, or maybe you want somebody that is well regarded by everyone. Professional expertise. Many times people will appoint a lawyer in their family they know to be the trustee or personal representative, but in many cases, some attorneys don't know about this stuff. This is a specialized area of law. Now, the thing about appointing an attorney or an accountant that as your trustee or personal representative is they probably know the right questions to ask. Now, there are also professional trustee companies, meaning that they are going to be in charge of your trust, or going to be your personal representative after you pass away. You're taking all that burden away from your family and giving it to somebody that does it for a living. The problem with professional trustees, in my opinion, is there's really nobody that will offer to do it unless your trustee is worth more than $1 million. And that's not necessarily my clients, some of my clients, but that is part of the issue with professional trustees. But you may want somebody that knows this arena. It might be a consideration. Okay, age and health. Now, of course, this is something, because your age and your health would, the person's age or health of the trustee or personal representative would need to be considered, because we want to make sure that they're still alive. Now, in many situations, the trustee and personal representative that you have appointed will have a backup, or maybe even a second backup. So it's not completely out of the question that if somebody does die or is unable to serve as your trustee, you will have some backup. But you may want to consider the age and health of your trustee when you're considering it. Okay, here's a quote from Alice Walker. I don't need a certain number of friends, just a number of friends I can be certain of. So certainly the trustee is somebody that you need to be certain of. If you are interested in estate planning, first, I would encourage you to watch all the videos on this YouTube channel. I have put some time and effort into making estate planning videos for people in Kansas and Missouri. You can call my office to schedule a right fit meeting. That is a 20-minute meeting where you and I will discuss what is going on. I want to listen to what you have going on in your life. I describe the process and the pricing, and then we decide if it's a right fit to move on together to the next steps. Another way to dip your toe in the estate planning waters is to attend one of my live seminars, whether it's online or in person. On the third Wednesday of every month at 5 p.m., I do on Central Standard Time. I do a live online seminar. And then at 7 p.m., I do a live seminar in person at the Red Bridge Library in Kansas City, Missouri. So I would love to see you at either of those places. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.